This is NBR Today. In response to continuing pressure from the opposition party, the Prime Minister has said there will be no new regional fuel taxes while she is Prime Minister, because there never was going to be. Now, this seems at odds with Transport Minister Phil Twyford's comments earlier this year that there will be no new regional fuel taxes in this current term of government. It also brings into question, if there are no further regional fuel taxes, then why have 14 other councils put their hand up saying they want the tax too? Here's our National Party leader, Simon Bridges, saw it.
In fact, Shane Jones confirmed that because he made clear, first he knew about it as the Transport Minister in the House, of course it's Phil Twyford, but he was answering those questions, was when Jacinda Ardern said, hey, we are not putting a regional fuel tax on again as long as I'm PM. Now, she said it, and she'll have to now live by that, although as you say, there'll be a lot of councils, I think, very annoyed about this, wondering, scratching their head how the government's going to make good on some of the things they've been saying. Albeit, can I say, it's the right decision because this is a government that's been taxing too much and has more than enough funding if they stop some of the waste to do the things in transport that need to be done.
Steel & Tube has been fined a record almost $1.9 million for misrepresentations about its steel mesh products used in the construction and earthquake strengthening of buildings. Steel & Tube pleaded guilty to 24 charges under the Fair Trading Act, covering a period of nearly 4 years between 2012 and 2016. The Commerce Commission, which prosecuted the charges, says this is the highest fine to date under the Fair Trading Act for a single company. The Commission said Steel & Tube failed to properly age and test the product. The charges covered 482 batches and about 480,000 sheets of steel mesh that Steel & Tube sold for about $24 million. Well, New Zealand is dominated by cow milk, but government-run Landcorp hopes to mix things up by milking deer. Pāmu, the brand name Landcorp trades under, took out the Novel Food or Beverage Award for its deer milk product at the Massey University New Zealand Food Awards last week. The company's been producing deer milk commercially for about 3 months. So why haven't we heard of this before? Well, I spoke to Pāmu CEO Steve Carden.
Well, New Zealand's the only country really in the world that domestically farms deer, and obviously we've produced venison up until this point, but no one, I guess, up until relatively recently has thought about the fact that we can actually milk these animals, and the milk itself is extremely high in protein and very high in fat, and is a great product. And people are looking for unique, special, novel products to consume, particularly when they are good for you. They taste great, and deer milk, it would seem, hits the mark.
Brokering firms Craig's Investment Partners has been censured and fined $35,000 for allowing a client to enter trades in A2 milk shares in breach of NZX rules. The trading took place between May 15 and October 25 last year and involved 11 orders leading to deals with no change in beneficial ownership. The NZ Markets Disciplinary Tribunal said the client used direct market access provided by Craig's, but the broker did not have filters to block the offending trades. Neither did it act on alerts generated by its post-trade monitoring. The orders were entered by an overseas high-frequency trading client, which would have made more than 20,000 trades over that period. New Zealand Warriors Chief Executive Cameron George has produced some commercial initiatives aimed at boosting the fan base for the rugby league club since he joined last September. They include allowing fans to pay whatever price they wanted for a ticket to the last game of the season at Auckland's Mount Smart Stadium and halving the cost of one tier of membership. His new sponsorship concept is pay when we win, which he's obviously banking on happening more times than not next season. So how does it work? Well, he spoke to NBR's Fiona Rotherham.
So how it works is simple. We have a property on our shorts, being the back of the shorts, and it's very simple. It's as it says. It's pay as we win. So we've broken it down to halves of football. So if we win the first half, you pay $5,000. If you win the second half, you pay another $5,000. So the game's $10,000.
This is for the sponsor.
That's for the sponsor. So you need to sit back and back yourself whether we're going to win 10 games, 10 halves, 20 halves, whatever it be.
Here's something to look forward to. The 2018 TIN report is coming out at 10 o'clock tonight, showing the growth of the top-ranked tech companies in the past year. So can tech oust dairy and tourism to become the leading export sector within the next few years? We'll have what sector commentators say for you later on. And for more on that and other stories, head to our website.
To unlock your 2 free articles a week, head to nbr.co.nz.